On September 7, 2017, I lived an experience that I will never forget. That day, that seemed as normal and common as any other, ended with an unimaginable event that marked my life and the life of all the other inhabitants of my city. That night, I went to bed relatively early, at approximately 9:30 p.m., since I had classes the next day and I had to get up early. A few minutes later, I fell into a deep sleep, and I thought it would be like that until the next day. However, even in a state of deep sleep, I felt such an intense shaking that I woke up suddenly and instinctively got out of bed quickly. The shaking intensified alarmingly in a matter of seconds. Objects in the house began to shake and fall off shelves. Lamps swayed dangerously, and a deafening noise filled the air as the structures of the house creaked under the pressure of the earthquake. I heard a shout nearby that said, "Temblor, levántense!" This shout was from my grandmother, who quickly ran into the hallway that connects all the rooms on the second floor of the house, waiting for us to get out of our rooms. I quickly joined her, and then my brother and my mother. Once we were all assembled, we looked at each other with terror in our eyes, and without a second of doubt, ran for the front door that led to the stairs leading to the first floor of the house. However, the floor was moving under our feet in a way I have never felt before. It was as if we were standing on a giant, invisible weight that was shaking us violently. As we tried to rush down the stairs, we heard screams and cries from our neighbors, who were also fleeing their homes. The street looked just chaotic, with cars slamming on their brakes and people running aimlessly. Without knowing how it happened or how we were able to do it, we all made it to the first floor and managed to get out into the street to take shelter in case our house collapsed. Outside the house, the chaos was even greater. The sound of ambulance sirens and fire trucks filled the air. It was a scene in chaos and despair that I never thought I would experience. We took shelter in an open space in the street, away from walls and trees that could fall, while the earthquake continued and seemed to have no end. It felt like an eternity shaking the earth. We didn't know what to do or where to go. Communication was cut off, and we could not contact our loved ones to make sure they were safe. The uncertainty and fear was overwhelming. Minutes later, when the earthquake was over, we returned to the house to see if everything was okay. Luckily, our home did not suffer any material damage. We just set out to communicate with some relatives who also live in the city to see if they were okay. It was hours before things started to calm down, but the city was marked by disaster. We saw collapsed houses, blocked streets, and injured people. The earthquake of September 7, 2017, in Tonala, Chiapas, left a deep impression of all of us. It was a powerful reminder of the fragility of life and the importance of being prepared to face emergency situations. Although some time has passed since that day, the images and emotions of that earthquake are still vivid in my memory, and I will always be grateful to have come out